Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. It's all about education. Today we are going to learn C++, Introduction to C++ Programming, Part 3. Fine. So in the previous part we have completed till our constants, right? Numerical constants are completed. So if you haven't watched the video yet, you can go back to our channel and open your C++ programming playlist and watch them, so that you would have a continuity here and you would understand better. Fine. So in this video also we're going to learn C++ programming elements. So in the previous video we have completed till numerical constants. Now coming to the non-numerical constants. So character constant. So what is a character constant? It specifies a character enclosed within single quotes. So what is a constant character? It specifies a single character. It holds only a single character and it's always enclosed in your single quotes. Fine. So example, so for character constant, for character the keyword is char. Fine, it's char, and for constant it's const, right? We already know that. So in the example I've written that const is nothing but the keyword for constant. If you want to make a constant, fine, if you are writing a constant, you must compulsorily include that particular keyword const. If not, it will not work. Fine. So always use the word const whenever you write constants. So const is for constant, char is the character data type. Fine. So char, it holds only a single character and it's always enclosed within single quotes. So const space char space ch is a variable I am taking is equal to h. So capital H, it's a single character, and where am I storing that h? In my ch variable. Fine. And the single character, it's always enclosed in single quotes. Fine. Next, coming to the string constant. So what is a string constant? So a sequence of characters enclosed within double quotes. So to make it even more simple, to say in a simple language, we can say that character holds only single character, whereas string constant holds more than one character. Fine. So if it's more than one character, it's nothing but a sequence of characters. So and string constants, they are always enclosed within double quotes. Fine. So example is const space char space string. So string, there we have used square brackets. We use square brackets for array. Fine. We'll be learning that in the arrays chapter. So array is used to, I'll give a very brief introduction about it. Fine. Not a detailed one. So array, it just holds more than one element in a single character, in a single variable. So that's known as array. You call that as array variable. Fine. So we'll be learning that in the arrays chapter. For now, so the example is const space char space string. It must be written with square brackets. Square brackets must be written is equal to, I'm initializing the value, Bangalore in double quotes. Finally your semicolon. Semicolon is a statement terminator. Fine. Next, coming to the backslash constant or escape sequence characters. So what are these backslash constants or escape sequence characters? They are nothing but normally they are used in the output statements. Fine. We always use our backslash constants in our output statements to format the output. So whenever there is a format, like your output, you need to format it, right? You must present it in a good way. So in order to present it in a good way, and we need to format the output. So to format the output, we use this backslash constants, or they are also known as escape sequence characters. Fine. So the syntax is, they must be enclosed within double quotes. Fine. Backslash is used and a character. So depending on the character, they work. For example, like some of your escape sequence characters are like your /n. It's always enclosed in double quotes, since they are used in output statements. So when we do the programming, we'll understand what's our output statements. So fine, so /n, it is used, so its function is new line character. It is used to format the output in the next line or new line. Fine. And /t, its function is tab space, horizontal tab space. Fine. So this /t, it gives you tab space in your output. So whenever you give the whenever your output is presented, there would be a tab space, the tab space. If you want to give some space there in the output, you can't give it directly. You'll have to use your tab /t. Fine, to give the tab space there. It leaves some 5 bits of space and it moves. For example, you can move any, it can leave any number of spaces, but the spaces will be left. That is the work of /t. At present, you know only these two, and later in our further programmings, you will use some more escape sequence characters like your /a, /n, /0, all those. So you'll be learning them in the further sessions. Fine. So at present, for your basic programming, these two are necessary, since we use these two in almost every programs whenever we'll have to format or anything. Fine. Next, punctuators. So what are punctuators? They are the symbols used in C++ as separators. So what are punctuators? They are the symbols which are used in C++ language programming. They are used as separators. Fine. So what some of the basic punctuators are given here, like your semicolon. So what is semicolon? Like from my previous videos onwards, I kept on telling you that semicolon is a statement terminator, because we use that to end a statement. So without ending the statement, if you go to the next statement, you'll get a syntax error and you'll not be able to execute the program. So statement terminator is a must. You must always end the statement, whatever the statement you write, with a semicolon. Fine, whenever you'll have to end a statement. And for some statements, you don't use your statement terminators, like your if statements or for statements, for loop and all. You'll not be using that. Fine. So except such exceptional cases, you will use everywhere, because there, if you use the statement terminator, you will not have the looping again. So there you are not going to use that. So in our further sessions, in our next lessons, we'll be learning those why as to we should not use semicolon for while or for and all. Those are all looping statements. So you'll be learning all the looping statements also. So statement terminator is a must whenever you'll have to end a statement. Fine, you must remember this much, or else you'll get a syntax error and you'll not be able to execute the program. Fine. Our second punctuators is \. It is used as escape sequence characters. You have seen here, whenever you will write your /n/t, your \/ is required, right? So it is used for escape sequence characters. Fine. Next thing is your flower brackets. They are a must in every program, like your semicolon, your flower brackets, parenthesis, hash symbol. These are all very much important in your program. So syntax is your grammatical, the grammar which you follow when you write a program. Fine. So you must use them, or else you will not be able to execute the program. So flower brackets, opening flower bracket is used to start the block of statements, the set of statements, and closing flower bracket is used to end the program. Fine. So they are very important. So I have written that, used for starting and ending the block of statements. Our fourth punctuator is parenthesis brackets. They are used for function call. So if you see this, if you see our programming structure, C++ programming structure, there you will find void main function. So whenever you write the functions like your square root function or your power functions, all these you'll be learning. So whenever you write any functions, these are must. So they are used for function call. Fine. Our next thing is square brackets. So they are used to represent arrays. So in the arrays chapters you'll be learning. I already said, I think in this video itself, that an array, it is used to represent more number of elements, like more than one element in a single name and same data type. So you'll be learning that in the arrays chapter. Fine. So at present for your basic programming, you don't need it. For one-dimensional arrays or two-dimensional arrays, when you'll have to work on those programs, you will need this square brackets. They are must there. Fine. And next is your hash symbol. They are used to represent preprocessor directives. So when again, if you see our programming structure, you write hash include iostream.h in an angular bracket. Fine. So these, so in order to access that particular header file, you use this hash symbol. Fine. So now what is a header file? Means they are used to access your your functions. Like suppose you write a set of statements, you think you want a square root function to be executed in your program. You use an header file called hash include math.h written in angular brackets. So that is again a function, right? So in order to access those header files, you use this hash symbol. That's nothing but your preprocessor directives we call. Fine. Next thing is our operators. So what are operators? An operator is a symbol used to perform on operators, on operands or data. So in a simple language, if you say I have a plus b, fine, I have to execute this a plus b. So here what is my operand? So what am I doing with my a and b? I'm adding them. I'm finding the sum of a and b. So what is the operator I'm using? Plus, right? Plus is an operator there then. Now what are my operands? A and b. Because I'm working with my operator on a and b, so they are operands. Or you can also call them as data. So an operator, it is used to perform on operands or data. Fine. So operators, they are again classified into three types. Those are unary operator, binary operator and ternary operator. So let's learn one by one. So unary operator, it is an operator that operates on one operand. So the operator which operates on one operand is called as unary operator. Now here in unary operator, we are again having four types: plus plus, minus minus, unary plus, unary minus. So we will be learning them one by one, and this chart, it will be helpful to remember them. So let us see them one by one. Increment operator. I have read the first operator as plus plus, right? So what is that plus plus? It is an increment operator. So this operator, it is used to increment the value of the variable by 1, right? So whenever you use an increment operator, it is used to increment the value of the variable by 1. Fine. So there are two types of increment operators again. So post increment and pre increment. So what is post increment? It is a plus plus. Fine, it is a plus plus. So an operator which is used after variable. So it says that the post increment definition says that it is the operator used after the variable, right? So I'll denote it as a plus plus. So now let us see what it actually means. So in the example we'll understand. So if a is equal to 10, find the expression b is equal to a plus plus. Fine. So here we are given a value. A value is what? 10. And we are given an expression, right? So b is equal to a plus plus. The expression says nothing but to find the value of b, right? So here a plus plus, whenever you are given a plus plus operator, first what you have to do is, I'm telling a shortcut method. First we'll understand the shortcut method, then you'll understand the original procedure. Fine. So whenever you get post increment a plus plus, you know the expressions of this kind, you'll directly write the value of a to b. So this is a shortcut method what I am telling, so that you understand better. Fine. And you can use this in exams also, it is a time saving one, right? So a value I am going to directly assign it to b, and a plus plus, so we need to increment the value, right? It is used to increment the value by 1, so we increment the value by 1. So I'll write a plus plus. A plus plus is incrementing the value by 1, so 10 plus 1 is my 11. So a would become 11. So now actual procedure, coming to the actual procedure of what is post increment is, so a is given as 10, right? So here a is given as 10 and b is equal to a plus plus. So this always the assignment is done from right to left. Always the assignment is done from right to left. So first we'll execute the right hand side part. Always whenever you are given any expression, you always work out on RHS side and then you'll assign that value to the LHS part. That's nothing but your left hand side. Fine. So first a plus plus is there, so it is used after the variable. So first whatever is there, I'll have to assign the value and then I'll do this increment. So first a value should be assigned and later I should increase the a value. That is nothing but your post increment. That's why it is said the operator which is used after the variable. So first whatever is there, I should assign the value, right? And then I should work out on this expression here, since it is post increment. That's why I taught you the shortcut method at the beginning, so that you understand. So first you'll assign this value and then you'll increase this value. So your a value becomes 11, so because 10 plus 1 is 11, right? So you'll add this value with 1 to get your a value. But b, we are already assigning this at the beginning itself, since it is post increment. First we'll assign this, so b is equal to a. Now for some time don't look at this because it's post increment. So first you'll assign the value and then you'll increase the value. So b becomes 10 and a becomes 11. That's how you solve these types of problems. Fine. Next, we are having pre-increment. So the same type of procedure you follow, but there are changes. So itself it's second type, right? So second type is pre-increment, that is plus plus a. So the operator which is used before the variable. Fine. So here also first I'll be teaching you the shortcut method, then I'll go to the original procedure so that you understand. So if a is equal to 10, solve the expression. If a is equal to 10, solve the expression b is equal to plus plus a. So whenever you are given pre-increment, so you just increment the value of 1 first and then you assign the same value to a and b. That's all. So whenever you get this pre-increment, these type of expressions, you will directly increment the value of a and assign it to both a and b. Here you will have both the values seen. So now coming to the actual procedure. So how do you do the actual pre-increment is, so whenever you are given a value like this, a is equal to 10, b is equal to plus plus a. So as I said, first execution part should be done at the right hand side and then it should be assigned to the left hand side always. So here first what I'm having, if I have to assign the value from RHS to LHS, what I'm having here, plus plus A. So first I must increment and then I must assign the value. So itself you'll directly increase the value and you'll write, you'll assign for both A and B as 11. So here I'm having 10. Plus plus is increment by 1. So first I'll increment the value and then I'll be assigning it to B. That's all is your pre-increment. Fine. Hope you understood. It might be confusing at the beginning, but if you practice putting on your own examples, you can definitely understand it. It's very easy. Fine. There's no matter of worrying in this. Fine. So decrement operator. Now our increment operator is done. So what's the purpose of our increment operator? Increment the value by 1. It might be post or pre. Their main aim is to increment the value by 1. Now coming to the decrement operator. So decrement by 1, the purpose. So let us see. So decrement operator is minus minus. So it is used to decrease the value of the variable by 1. So we decrease the value of the variable by 1 here. There are two types, post decrement and pre decrement, same as your increment. Here also the procedures are same, but here you will minus. That's all. You will subtract here. There you will add. Fine. So decrement operator, A minus minus, it is used after the variable. So post decrement. So it is A minus minus. I'll denote it as A minus minus. So example, if A is equal to 5, they have given us A is equal to 5. They have asked us to solve B is equal to A minus minus. Now you know how this post decrement works, right? So first you'll assign the value of A to B and then you'll decrease the value for A. So same way, now coming to the original procedure, RHS part should be executed first and then it should be assigned to LHS part. So RHS is A minus minus. So first I'm having A value here, so I'll directly assign my A value to my B. And then whatever this minus is there should be executed at the end part. So first B is assigned as 5 and then A becomes your 4. That is 5 minus 1 is 4. Because you're having, it's post decrement, right? So after your assigning, you will be decreasing the value here. That's all. Now coming to the pre-decrement. So it is the operator used before the variable. So I denote it as minus minus A. Fine. So now coming to the example. If A is equal to 15, they say that A is equal to 15. We are asked to solve the expression B is equal to minus minus A. Right? So if A is equal to 15, solve the expression B is equal to minus minus A. So here also the same thing, since it is a pre-decrement, you will first execute the RHS part and then you will assign it here, right? So in RHS, my first thing is decrement operator, right? So it's a pre-decrement operator. So first I should decrease the value and then I should assign it to B. So here I am having my 15. 15 minus 1 is 14. So I'll assign it to B. And what does my A value become? It's 14 itself. 15 minus 1, 14. That's how we solve these type of expressions. So hope everyone understood this. Our next thing is unary plus and unary minus. So these are very very easy, very simple concept. Unary plus, this operator, it is used to represent positive number to a variable. So if you have to represent positive numbers, you use unary plus, that is x is equal to plus 25, right? This is a basic concept that everybody knows. Next is our unary minus. It is used to represent a negative number to a variable. Means if you have to represent a negative number, you use unary minus. That is x is equal to minus 25. Fine. This is nothing but your unary minus. Next, we are having binary operators. Now we are completed with our unary operators. Now coming to the binary operators. So what are these binary operators? The operator which operates on two operands of variables. So unary, we saw they operate only on one operand or one variable, right? So but in binary, that is a plus plus, a minus minus, something like that, like right, like for unary. Now for binary, it must have two operands, like your a plus b. A plus b is a binary operator, right? Your a minus b, all these are, because there are two operands. So this single operator, it works on two operands. So it is known as binary operator. Fine. So here also we are having types of binary operators. So first one is arithmetic operator, second one relational operator, third one logical operator, fourth one bitwise operator, fifth one assignment operator, sixth one shorthand operator. So now let us learn them one by one. So we are having 6 types. Now coming with our arithmetic operators. So we have 5 types of arithmetic operators, that is plus, minus, into, slash, modulus. So you know all these are very basic operations which we perform in our mathematics regularly. Now this modulus might be a new thing, that's all. So first one is your plus. The purpose is addition. We all know that it is used to add two values. That's nothing but c is equal to a plus b semicolon. That's the expression, and for every expression semicolon is a must. Next one is our minus. Minus is used for subtraction. It is used to subtract two operands. C is equal to a minus b semicolon. Right? So multiplication, this star symbol, we use this star symbol for multiplication. It is used to multiply two operands. It is used to find the product of two numbers, two operands. That is c is equal to a into b semicolon. A star. Here we use star symbol. Next is your forward slash. So its purpose is division. It is used to divide two operands. It is used to find the quotient of two operands. Fine. So c is equal to a slash b. Fine. So it returns the quotient. Now coming to this percentage symbol, it looks like percentage symbol. We actually call it as mod in our arithmetic operators. So modulus, its purpose is modulus. So what is modulus? It is used to store the remainder of an integer value. So here we store the remainder of an integer value. That is c is equal to a mod b. Like a by b, we store the quotient in our c, but here we store the remainder in our c. Fine, that's the only difference. And remaining operators are all very basic operators which we all know. Addition, subtraction, multiplication, division. Right, we are very familiar with all these. So this is all about our arithmetic operators. Fine, next coming to relational operators. So what are these relational operators? Let's see. So here also we are having. So here the output would be in terms of true or false. Fine. So if the condition is true, the output would be 1. If the condition is false, the output would be 0. Fine. So let us see. The first operator is greater than. So it is used to check which is greater, right? So the example says if, it's the condition. Okay, if is a condition statement. So if, I'll be writing them in the parenthesis brackets. The condition is always written in our parenthesis bracket. So if 3 greater than 2, what must be our output? Is 3 greater than 2? Yes, it is true. So the output is 1. So for true it's 1. For false it is 0. Fine. Similarly, next operator is lesser than. It is used to check whether the left operand is lesser than right operator or not, right operand or not. Example, if 10 lesser than 4. Is 10 lesser than 4? No, it's false, right? The condition is false, so the output is 0. Fine. Our next operator is greater than equal to. So the example says that if 5 greater than or equal to 5. So here we are having two operators, right? So first it checks for greater than symbol. Is 5 greater than 5? No, the condition is false. But is 5 is equal to 5? Yes, it's true. So the output is true. That's how this greater than equal to works. Fine. Next is our lesser than equal to operator. So if 15 lesser than or equal to 5. So is 15. Now the same procedure is followed. First it will check for lesser than and then it checks for equal. So is 15 lesser than 5? No, it's false. Is 15 equal to 5? No, it's false again. So since both the operators are false, the output is 0. 0 denotes false and 1 denotes true. Fine. And then we are having equal to symbol. So if we write a single is equal to symbol, it is considered as assignment symbol. We have seen that a plus plus b is equal to a plus plus. In that expression, is equal to, it is used to assign the value of RHS to LHS. Fine. But if we have to say that a particular quantity or are equal, we use this equal to symbol twice. Is equal to 2 times we write. So if 2 is equal to 2, yes, the condition is true, so the output is true. And not equal to, we use an exclamation mark, is equal to. It's the combination of exclamation mark and is equal to. That denotes your equal to. Sorry, not equal to. Fine. So if 5 not equal to 5, is it true? No, the condition is false. So the output is 0. Fine. This is all about your relational operators. Now coming to logical operators. So what are logical operators? So this operator, it is used to combine or negate the relation, expression or condition. Fine. So this operator, it is used to combine the relation or to negate the relation. So now what is this combining and negating and negation? Let us see now. So there are 3 types of logical operators. Logical AND, logical OR and logical NOT. Fine. So what is logical AND? So it is denoted by 2 AND symbols. Fine. This must be compulsorily written if you are performing logical AND. It results 1 if both the expression is true. Otherwise it results 0 when any one and both the expression is false. Fine. So it results 1 if both the expression is true. If both the expressions are true, only then our result will be, our output would be true. That is 1. If any one condition is false also, if any one expression is false also, the output would be false. If any one or both the expressions are false, the output is false. Any one expression is false, the output is false. If both the expressions are true, then the output is true. Fine. And logical OR. Coming to the logical OR, it must be denoted by that symbol. Fine. Whenever you use the logical OR, that symbol must be used. And it results 1 if any one and both the expression is true. Otherwise it results 0 when both the expression is false. So it results 1 if any one of the expression, if any one or both the expression is true. So in logical AND, if both the expressions are true, only then it presents the output as true. But in logical OR, if any one expression is true also, the output is true. If both the expressions are true, the output is true. But if both are false, both the expressions are false, then the result would be 0. that's nothing but your false. Fine. Next, coming to our logical NOT. So what is this logical NOT? It works on one expression and it is the reverse of result. Fine. Logical NOT, it always works on one expression and it is the reverse of result. Like if the condition is true, the result of NOT operator is false, and vice versa. Like if the condition is true, the output would be false. If the condition is false, the output would be true. That is how this logical NOT works. Now let us see the examples. Fine. Now you must identify the operator. That's the reason I have put the examples at the end, so that we identify the logical operator and then perform accordingly. So here this which operator is this? AND operator, right? So AND operator. So how does AND operator work? When both are true, the output is true. If any one is false, the output is false. If both are false, the output is false. Fine. So here, is 10 greater than 5? It's true, right? 10 is greater than 5. Is 5 is equal to 5? This condition is also true. So since both are true here, we use AND operator here, and since both are true, the output is true. That's nothing but your 1. Fine. This is how your AND operator works. If any one expression is false here, the output would be false. If both the expressions are false, the output would be false. Fine. Coming to the next example, if this operator is used for OR, right? It is logical OR. So coming to the conditions now, is 10 greater than 11? False, right? The 10 is not greater than 11. Is 2 is equal to 4? No, this is also false, right? So 2 is not equal to 4 and 10 is not greater than 11. So both the conditions are what? False. So what's my output here? False. If any one condition was true, the output would have been true, since it is logical OR. So how does logical OR operator work? If any one condition is true, output is true. If both the conditions are true, output is true. If both the conditions are false, output is false. Fine. Next, coming to the third example, if NOT operator I am using here, so it is logical NOT. So this is how it is used, and this logical NOT operator, it works on a single expression. Fine. It always works on a single expression. So this is logical NOT and this is my single expression. So is 5 greater than or equal to 10? Greater than equal to 10. So first it checks for the greater than sign and then it checks for the if both are equal. So is 5 greater than 10? No, the condition is false, right? The condition is false here. Is 5 is equal to 10? No, the condition is false here. So the total output is what here? False, right? So this statement is a false. So NOT of false is it reverses the output, right? It reverses the output. If the condition is true, it makes it as false. If the condition is false, it makes it as true. Now what is NOT of F? T, right? If here the condition is false and here NOT I am having, so the output is true. Originally what's my output? False, but since we are using logical NOT, the output is true. Fine. This is how your logical NOT works. So hope you understood today's session. Thank you. That's all for today, and if you have any doubts, you can post them in the comment section. We'll be clearing your doubts there. Fine. So thank you. Please subscribe our channel. If you haven't watched our previous videos, please do watch them and support our channel. Thank you. keep learning.